Austin, what's up, brother? David, what's up? James, what's up, man? Good talk earlier on the phone, brother. We'll have to talk again tomorrow. I'll finish that conversation up. Andrea, what's up? Driving home from work. That's what's up, man. Bro, it's like almost midnight there. What are you doing? What's up, Mike? I'll watch the replay. No problem, bro. Don't worry about it. No worries, no worries. Oh, yeah. That's right. Boom, get that money, baby. That's what's up. Bump some Kanye or some Kendrick. No, I'm just out here chilling, man. I'm gonna kill the music. I've been out here for a little bit, just chilling. Cool, man. All right, guys, I'll share a little bit. Just came out of work, about to start watching now. Cool. That's what's up. Yeah, we're just getting started, man. The scope just started, so I figured I'd get on here and share a little bit about myself and my past. You know, everybody's kind of been asking, so I'll give that to you. I appreciate the hearts, guys. I appreciate you guys sharing the feed. You guys are awesome. All right, I'll break a little bit down for you so you guys can kind of understand, you know, why I'm so serious about, you know, people's mindset, their thought process, and how you know, how serious it is for me, you know, to explain it to you guys so you guys kind of get it, you know, because it played a big part in my success that I've had so far in my life. So I'll give it to you like this. I'll give you like the first like 20 years of my life, because that's what the moment you told me about the hot summer heat and freezing winters made me shudder, man. Yeah, definitely, for sure. So I'll share like the first 20 years of my life. I'm not gonna drag it out or nothing. I just kind of want to hit the hot spots for you guys, so that way you guys understand, you know, who I am and why I think the way I do and where I'm at, you know, with the mindset. So, all right, I was born Giovanni Pietro Cerrone. Giovanni Pietro Cerrone. That's what's on my birth certificate. I grew up with my mom, my dad, and my sisters, you know, in our house till I was about 8 years old. Around that time, my mom and dad split up. Over those 8 years, I lived in a very physically abusive, yeah, I'm a bit Italian. I lived in like a physically abusive and mentally abusive home because of my father. Stopped at McDonald's to watch. Oh, that's what's up. Yes, that's exactly how you spell it. So, you know, my dad was very abusive. Like, for instance, you know, when I was in school, he would, you know, I was learning how to do my multiplication, my times tables, and every time he would do tests with me. Every time I got one wrong, he'd put cigarettes out on my hand. That was his way of, you know, showing me that I got my answers wrong. I can remember a time where, you know, we had a bunch of kittens and stuff, and in our house, and he came home, and my mom, she didn't get the dishes done. She was working 3 jobs. He didn't work a job at all, and he came home and he literally booted the box of kittens across the room, man. I seen all these kittens go flying, so I went and picked them up, and I walked in the kitchen and I watched my dad grab a pistol off the top of the fridge, and he pistol whipped my mom's hands because she didn't do the dishes. You know, that's the kind of, you know, home that I grew up in. It was no fun. It was rough. It was crazy. Just, it was horrible, you know, and I think I blocked a lot of it out, and I feel better, you know, when I get to talk to you guys, because I feel like I'm letting, you know, a lot of that aggression go, a lot of, you know, those old memories go. So it's kind of cool for me to give this to you guys, you know, because I want, you know, I'm not no saint. I'm not, you know, Superman. I'm not the best person in the world. I'm not none of that, you guys. But, you know, I want to show you guys, you know, that I understand now. And, you know, to me, this was just my life. You know, this was normal to me. This was normal behavior. This is normal, you know, activity for me, because I didn't know any better. I talk about this all the time, guys. You know, children, they don't know anything except for what they're introduced to, right? And if you're, say, you know, in my position, I was around my mom and dad, and this is how I was growing up. So I thought this was normal. I thought all kids went through this. I thought that, you know, this was all, you know, just normal activity that everybody goes through. You know, some worse, some easier, you know. But You know, now that, I mean, literally, I didn't really think about much of it until I started Periscope, and people heard my story, and I realized, you know, all the hard times I went through, man, they were harder than most people went through. So I was dealing with all this growing up, and when I was about 8 years old, my mom and dad were splitting up. My dad came to me and he was like, hey, look, you know, we're gonna get a divorce. Who do you want to live with? Do you want to live with your mom, or do you want to live with me? And I was definitely scared of my dad. Like, you know, I mean, even though that I thought that was normal in life, like, he scared me. You know, like, I was tired of getting my ass whooped. I was tired of all the crazy stuff that was going on, man. Like, I was scared. So I was like, man, I want to live with my mom. And he goes, is that your decision? I said, yeah. He's like, look, check it out. He's like, if you wanna you know, live with your mom, you don't deserve to have the Italian name. Because my dad is the Italian side of the family. My mom is Italian and German, but most of my Italian side of the family is from my dad. So he told me I didn't deserve to have the Italian name, and he went down to Social Security and he took my name away from me. So now my name on my driver's license and my state ID is John Peter Cerrone. He changed it from Italian to English. My birth certificate still says Giovanni Pietro Cerrone. That's on my birth certificate, but he took my name away from me, and that was the end of it. So from that point on, you know, I was 8 years old. I didn't have like any father figure around or nothing like that. It was me, my mom, and my 3 sisters. You know, so I'm in a house full of estrogen. I'm trying to figure out, you know, what a man is supposed to be. You know, what's my next step, man? Hey, what's up, Hector? I'm just letting everybody, just if you guys are just joining me, I'm just kind of giving a little bit of insight on the beginning stages of my life, you know, which causes me to have the thinking that I have today. You know, I've done some dramatic changes over the years, from, you know, as a child and the things I went through to where I'm at now. I'm just trying to get caught up for all the newcomers, Hector. So, you know, cool, man. I appreciate it. If you guys are new, I'll do a little more explaining, but I'm going to tell some of the story really quick. That way everyone gets it. I don't want to, you know, I know the attention span gets bad, and I want to make sure everybody gets to hear some of this. Yes, definitely. You're welcome, Alpha. You're welcome. So, anyway, I was going through life, and I was trying to figure out, you know, what is a man, you know, how's a man supposed to act? I knew that, you know, my dad gave me a bad example. That wasn't what it was all about, you know, like, I got to figure this out. So the only thing I could think was, you know, hey, what's up, Miss Corporate Diva? If you're just joining in, I'm just kind of giving everybody a little insight on the beginning stages of my life, what I went through and where I'm at now. I'll continue with the story. I don't want to, you know, bore people or whatever. So, you know, I was searching to figure out, you know, what is it that a man is supposed to be. So I'm like, man, he's got to be a protector. He's got to be tough. He's got to be this. He's got to be that. A provider, you know, all of that, you know. So I'm sitting here, and I took it to like an extreme. Like, it got to a point, you know, when here, I'll bring you back a little bit. Thanks, brother. I'll bring you back a little bit, because when my mom and dad really split up, we lived in, you know, the Chicago area. We went to Colorado for work for my dad. Then we went to Florida, and that's where everything went bad when we got to Florida. And I woke up one morning, and my dad, he'd beat the crap out of my mom, and the cops were there, the lights were everywhere, and my mom, she was like, look, I don't want him arrested. I don't want none of that to happen. She was like, I just want us to go our separate ways, and so on. So the cops were like, all right, cool. So they let my dad go. They took him out of the cuffs, and he walked over to our moving van. We were literally sleeping in the moving van. It was me, my mom, my dad, our dog, and at the time I had 2 sisters. My 3rd sister wasn't around yet. So at the time, he walked over to the moving van, and I'll never forget this. He grabbed a can of SpaghettiOs and a can of chili. It was like a can of chili beans. And he whipped them out the window of the moving van, and he drove off. And we didn't see him no more. That was pretty much the last time I saw my dad. He left us standing there in the parking lot, me, my mom, and us kids. You know, we were standing in the middle of a parking lot with no money, nowhere to stay, nowhere to go. So we ended up going to stay in a shelter. We actually stayed in a shelter, you know, and all these kids are there, and like all this stuff is going, you know, like, you know, all these kids were playing, and, you know, like I wanted to play with them. They're all out roller skating. The kids in the neighborhood, not the kids from the shelter, but the kids in the neighborhood. I wanted to go play with them because I wanted to get away from the shelter. I didn't want to think about that life. I didn't want to think about what was going on. So I was like, man, I got to get out there, and I got to be around these other kids. So I got out there, you know, they're all roller skating. They're making fun of me because I got dirty shoes on, I got dirty clothes on. I ain't got no skates to skate with them. So I went back to the shelter, and I'm digging through like this big box of toys. And I'm digging through these big box of toys, and I found some girls' roller skates in there. I literally found some skates, and I didn't care that they were girls' roller skates. I put them on. I'm like, dude, I'm going skating with these guys. I don't care what they say. I'm going riding with them. You know what I mean? Like, this is my thing. I'm coming out here. This is what I came out here to do, so I'm doing it. So I went out there. I put them girls' roller skates on, roller skate with them. They all made fun of me the whole time, but I didn't care, man. I was in La La Land. Like, I got to hang out with all these cool kids. You know, they weren't kids from the shelter. These were actual kids out here playing. They had families and a wife, so I felt like I was a part of it. So we were going through all that. My mom ended up saving up enough money to buy like a little beater car, and then enough money to drive us back up here to where we're at now. We're in the Chicagoland area. So she drove us back up here, and we stayed with my uncle for a little bit. My uncle was getting into real estate, and he had a one-bedroom apartment. It was literally like a bedroom, a little living room, and a kitchen with a bathroom off the kitchen. So me and my mom and my sisters all stayed there. You know, there was only room, you know, there really wasn't any room for all of us to sleep there, but I would make a bed and nest a bed right by the front door because I felt like I was the man in the house. I got to protect my family. I'm going to sleep by the front door. I would lay down on the floor and, hello, Diane, how's it going? I would literally like make a nest bed right in front of the front door so nobody could come in the house. At the time, I think I was like 10 or 11 years old. So at that point, you know, I'm going through school and I'm getting ready to go to high school, and then, you know, I'm used to hanging around with all my friends. You know, this was before we knew what gangs were. This was before we knew what anything was. I didn't really know what none of it was. I was still innocent to all of it. So once I got into high school, you know, things started changing. Like, people were getting in gangs, and people were, you know, there was like the stoner crew that smoked pot. There was like all these gang friends. They were all my smart friends. They were all just the normal kids, you know, and I was cool with everybody because, you know, that's how we grew up. And you look like an actor. So anyway, you know, I'm hanging out with all these kids, man, and eventually, you know, I'm going through school. And, you know, I'm going through school, and I'm getting beat up every day now because my friends that I grew up with were no longer my friends. Everybody's starting to get labels. You know, this kid joined this gang, and this kid joined this gang, and this kid's a stoner, and this kid's a geek, and this and that. And I didn't like it, you know, like, I was like, man, like, this is crazy. We all grew up together. And, you know, I didn't really know what to think about what was going on. You know, I never joined up with nothing. So anyway, I'm going through school, and one day, you know, I went through probably like the first 2 years of high school, man, just getting the crap beat out of me every day by so many different people. And one day I just got sick of it. I turned around and I smoked this dude right in the face. I punched him as hard as I could in the face. And this kid hit the ground, and it, like, what separates us is belief, don't you think? Yeah, belief, your thoughts. It's exactly what separates us. And this kid hit the ground, and he literally started having a seizure and made like snoring sounds. And he was laying there shaking, and I jumped on the ground. I went to help him, and all these dudes jumped on top of me and started hitting me. They thought I was going to hit him again. And I ended up, right then and there, I ended up taking all 3 of them dudes out because I was scared. I knew what I could do. I just seen what I could do to this one kid, and I did it to 3 more. And it just spiraled out of control because all that aggression I had built up, all them times of getting beat up, like, I was on a mission to find everybody who did this to me and do it back to them. It was stupid on my part. And you guys remember my mindset. Remember where I'm at still, you know, because I'm about to go, I'm going to take you through a part of my life where everything just spiraled out of control crazy. Like, you know, I had no guidance. I had nobody there to help me. I had no mentors. I had no father. You know, I was pushing away from my mom because she wanted me to stay this little kid that I was, and I'm trying to grow up to be a man. Like, all these changes are going on. So I go through all of this, and then one day I was walking home from school, and I'm walking down the railroad tracks, and I'm, you know, just doing my thing, man, carrying my book bag, walking home. I had probably like a half-mile walk, and these kids start running down the tracks behind me, man, and I'm like, dude, like, I mean, they're hauling ass. So I just took off running. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what the hell's going on, but I'm getting out of here because they didn't look like they were up to no good. Well, they started catching up to me, and one of them actually pulled out a gun. And that kid pulled out a gun, man, and so I jumped off the tracks and I ran over to a neighborhood because I was going to try and run between the houses, but I ran into What's up, Ambition? So I ran into this neighborhood, and it was a rival gang neighborhood. The guys that were chasing me were vice lords. They had guns. I'm running through this neighborhood, and when I run into a bunch of GDs. And I knew these guys from school. I grew up with them. So one of them called his uncle out, and he come running out with a shotgun, made these guys drop this gun, you know. And from that point on, I was like, man, this is who I'm hanging out with, man, because, you know, these guys stood up for me. I finally found somebody who stood up with me, so I started hanging out with them. And once I started hanging out with them, Royal Realm, what's up, man? Once I started hanging out with them, it was like a, you know, I grew up, you know, remember, I grew up and, like, I wasn't liked by a lot of people. I wasn't popular. I wasn't, you know, I didn't really know where I was going. I was kind of lost. So I started hanging around these people. And, you know, these GDs, I started hanging around all of them, and we started doing our thing, hanging out together and whatever. Sean Thomas, what's up, brother? So anyway, I started hanging out with all of them, and they got me in a lot of trouble, man. I went through a lot of ups and downs, you know, hanging around with the wrong people just because I thought they were cool. And so, you know, I ran into all of them, and I thought they were cool, and they were pushing me around, trying to get me to do things, you know, so that way I kind of fit in with them. And it just took me way down this wrong path, you know, and I want to see you on TV. More peeps coming. Awesome. I appreciate it, Sean. Sean, I'm kind of, you came in like right in the middle of my story, and it's kind of crazy right now. So anyway, I started hanging around all these bad people, man. These people I shouldn't be hanging around with. You know, I wanted to fit in. I felt cool. They stuck up for me in school, and I started hanging around all these wrong people. And, you know, I ended up getting in trouble. I went to jail once, and, you know, I tried to go back down the right path. And I ended up getting, you know, I was working for an oil change place, making $6.75 an hour, and I saved up 10 grand so I can go to school, and I went to Illinois Center for Broadcasting. This is in 2001. Once I got to Illinois Center for Broadcasting, I'm like, man, this is really cool. Like, I think I found what I want to do. I'm going through radio and television production. I'm working for a radio station as an intern, man. I'm getting all these perks, man. Like, things were looking good. And then, thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. And, you know, so I'm going through Illinois Center for Broadcasting. I'm learning production and all of this. And I'm in Chicago suburbs in Illinois. And I finally graduated. I spent all this money. I finally saved up 10 grand to go to school here, and I saved all my money to get there. And once I graduated, man, I found a job, but it was for like $6.75 or $7 an hour for 4 hours a day for 4 hours a week. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. I just spent $10,000 to do this. You know, there's a lot of money in radio if you make a name for yourself. But I was like, wow, I didn't expect that I had to go through all this time to make a name for myself, to make money. So I ended up getting into the union. And then, awesome. I appreciate it, Sean, man. Have a good time, man. Have a good night, brother. I appreciate you inviting your followers. And I brought all the, you know, I got out of there, and I went into the union, and I started doing, you know, working for the laborers union. And I'm doing my thing, and I'm loving life. And then this is where everything changes, guys. You know, I never thought I was ever going to work for another company again. I found where I'm going to be. I went from $6.75 an hour to $28.15 an hour. I'm like, man, I'm bringing home like $1,200-$1,500 checks every week. I'm like, dude, this is what's up, man. You know, and I started doing good, and everything fell off. That's when the economy dropped. And, you know, I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like, what am I going to do? You know, I got this expensive car payment. I've got this house to pay for. I got all this stuff in here. What am I going to do? And it started dwindling down. It started going down to, you know, man, I'm 7 months behind in rent. They turned my gas off. They turned my water off. And now they turned my electric off. I got a generator running my fridge to keep my food cold. They just repoed my truck. I'm not working in a union no more. I'm like, dude, what am I going to do, man? Like, I created all of this, and now I lost it all. Like, they took everything from me. And it's because I depended on somebody else for my well-being. I depended on somebody else for my paycheck. You know, I thought I'd never, ever lose that job, but the economy, it changed my story. It took everything away and made everything so much different. So at that point, that's when I realized, I'm like, I can never depend on nobody but myself. If I want to be happy, I need to depend on myself, and I got to find a way. There's got to be a way for me to do this. Yeah, I know. They got like squatting rights here in Illinois. Luckily, I got squatting rights here. Okay, cool. Everybody that doesn't know who I am, thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. Everyone who doesn't know who I am, I go by JC Limitless. If you guys aren't following me, go ahead and follow me. I'm a general contractor. I build homes for a living. Basically, I took $236 and turned that into $400,000 in about 3 years. I'm also into merchant services, where I handle small to medium-sized businesses with credit and debit card processing, and I'm currently getting into real estate. I'm about to make a big change right now again in my life, where I'm going from general contracting here in Illinois, and I'm going down to Tennessee, down by Nashville, to do real estate and wholesaling. Basically, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and round this up for everybody. You know, this is all about mindset. This is all about thinking. This is all about what's going on, you know, why I think the way I do, and why I want you guys to understand why I push mindset on everybody so much. Because, you know, I grew up in a rough era, you know, very abusive home, very dysfunctional family. I started to create something good for myself, and it got taken away from me. And now I'm here, and I brought myself to a point where I understood that, you know, I can't depend on nobody but myself, and I had to find a way. So I started my own company. I took my everything was shut off, guys. I mean, I was going to my neighbor's house with 5-gallon buckets to fill with water off their spigot to bring back to my house to flush my toilet because my water was off. I had no electricity. I had a generator running my fridge. I had no gas. I couldn't even take a hot shower or dry my clothes. Like, things were getting so bad. And I had $237 left in my, I have a mentor. He's in here right now. His name's Sean Thomas. I had $237. I left $1 in my account, and I spent the rest on business cards. And I sat down and drew up a business plan within about a month's time. And I went out and I put them business cards out there. I went out there and did my thing. And I ended up taking that business from, I started seal coating, you guys, Cerrone Construction, commercial, residential, and I had my phone number. It didn't say what I did. All it said was, you know, commercial, residential, whatever, because I was ready to take anything I could. So what ended up happening was, thank you, I appreciate it, you guys. What ended up happening was, you know, because I didn't say what I did on it, I started getting phone calls for everything and anything to do with a home. I just put them out there because I wanted to get into, you know, handyman stuff, whatever I could do small to get going. And what ended up happening was these people are calling me to frame houses. I'm getting calls to do roofs, siding, soffit, fascia, gutters, rehabs, remodels, all this stuff. And then this one person called me and was like, hey, look, I got 2 houses they need to get framed up. Do you frame houses? I'll give you $25,000 for labor if you can frame these 2 houses. And I didn't bat an eye at this guy, and I said, yes, I can frame houses. I looked him dead in his eye and said, I can frame houses and I can get them done now. What do you need done? So he came to me and he's like, look, pick out 2 blueprints. I got 8 of them here. You take 2 of them with you and let's get these started. And I knew when I started them because I was in the labor's union. I had a bunch of buddies in the union. I had carpenter buddies in the union. They were you know, carpenters, but they weren't working. So I went to them and I'm like, hey, check it out, guys. I got a house that needs to get framed up. I'll get you 2 laborers. I want you 3, and I'm gonna get you 2 laborers to frame these 2 houses up. And they said, okay, cool. We should have them both done probably in about 2 weeks. It took about 2.5 weeks. I put them out on the job. They got the jobs done. I made $9,000 in 2 weeks, and I didn't even touch those houses. I had nothing to do with those houses. I made $9,000 in about 2.5 weeks. I found my niche. I found what I needed to do. So I took that money and I went and got myself general contracting insurance. I did the whole 9 yards. I got everything. I went and got myself my first truck with ladder racks and some tools, and we went back out and did it again and again and again and again. And it just took off. And then instead of just framing houses, I was starting to do brand new home builds, brand new from the ground up. I mean, digging foundation, getting geotech out there so they can come out there and do grade, find my curb bench so we can find out the benchmark of where I'm going to start off with my foundation, frame these houses, siding, soffit, fascia, gutters, roofing, put the windows and doors in it, get the HVAC in there, get the plumbing in there, electric in there, and keep going through all my inspections and everything else. And this ended up taking off. That $236, last year I had $387,000 run through my account. Scott, you're hilarious, bro. I almost had $400,000 run through my account in just 3 years' time. I mean, this is something that I want to share with everybody because I don't care what's going on or how bad your life is or how bad it sucks or what you think is going on. There's always a way. You got to think it through, man, and it's all about mindset. So my idea for you guys, you know, if everybody's just checking in and don't know who I am, let me announce myself one more time. I go by JC Limitless. My name is John Cerrone. I live in the Chicagoland suburbs. I'm a general contractor. I build homes. I'm also in merchant services. I provide small to medium-sized businesses with card processing like debit and credit cards. And I'm also getting into real estate now. There's plenty out here for everybody. There's plenty of abundance for everybody. There's always a way for everyone to make it through this. You need to get yourself secure and start with a good foundation. And my thing here, what I do on Periscope is I share what I did, what I went through, and how I learned. Because now that I have Sean Thomas and like Jason Stone and Scott Lewis and Andy Frizilla and all these great mentors here to help me along my way, you know, before I didn't have these, you know, like, I had to crash and burn and learn this on my own. So now I want to share what I had to go through with you guys because it could help you. Basically, you know, I started the story out, you know, when I was young, and I went through this dysfunctional thing with my family, and I went through all this, you know, being lost through school and getting in trouble and all this. What I'm trying to teach you is I was able to be aware of what was going on, that my mindset was wrong and I was taught wrong. Everybody needs to question everything in their life. I don't care what it is. A lot of things are pushed on us by the masses, and we're taught this certain way, and that instills core beliefs inside us. We base our decisions every day off of these core beliefs of trust, of worthiness, of deservingness, of relationships, everything. And if you got a bad core belief about something, you're going to make a bad decision unknowingly because you're basing it off of this core belief you have. So I want everyone to know that we need to go out here and we need to be aware of our thoughts. We need to be aware of what is going on in our life. We need to hold this down and stay focused and have tunnel vision and make calculated moves every day. Calculated momentum. We got to keep moving forward with calculated momentum. It's key. So what I'm here to do is I'm here to help everybody identify the core beliefs. And if say you got a bad core belief about trust and you got trust issues, you're not going to be able to secure good relationships and networking with businesses or employees or friends or family or anything else if these core beliefs are this way. If you have a bad belief about trust, you need to fix it. I can help you identify these beliefs, fix them so you think clearly about them, and learn how to make decisions not based off your emotions but off of facts. Bring the facts into it. Thank you guys. I love you guys too, man. You guys are awesome. So this is where we start. You know, everything starts with a thought. Thoughts become things. Be careful what you think about. Make sure you're not thinking negatively. Make sure you're thinking positively. Make sure that you are thinking with a clear mind and you have a clear goal in mind when you start this. Sean was talking about this earlier. I'm telling you this story about me starting off with $236. I honestly think it was just by sheer focus, and I don't even believe in luck, but it was almost by luck that I was able to make it as far as I did because I didn't start out with money. Not everyone's going to be able to do that. I don't advise anyone to do that. Sean was talking about it earlier. You know, if you want to get into a business, and I'm just gonna relay what he was talking about and co-sign to it because I totally believe in it. You know, go out there. If you want to start a business, go out there and get 3 jobs, literally. Have one to pay bills, have one to stack money, and then have one so you got a little, you know, a little cushion in case something goes wrong. Stack your money. Live like you're broke now so you can live a good life later. Don't go out there and blow money. You know, don't go out there and just spend money because you got it. If you were able to save $2 grand up, don't go buy a bunch of freaking Jordans and go out to the clubs and spend money to impress people. Put that money away and forget about it. It doesn't exist. Throw it to the side. Live for what you need right now, and that's it. Just live for what you have to have right now. Because what you need to do, what if you have kids? I've got kids. I've got a 2-year-old son. His name's Giovanni. For all you guys that were here in the beginning, remember when I told you that when I was born Giovanni Pietro Cerrone, and my dad took my name away from me and went to Social Security and changed it to John Peter Cerrone because I didn't want to live with my dad. He said I didn't deserve to have the Italian name. I gave my son that name that he took away from me. My son's name is Giovanni Pietro Cerrone. He's 2 years old. I'll introduce everybody to him one day. But I want everybody to know that this is very important. And I can show you guys, you know, You got to get these core beliefs, you know, lined up. You can have all the tools in the world. Secret Entourage was talking about this earlier. He can give you all the tools in the world. PJ can give you all the tools in the world. But if you can't think clearly and if you can't execute things in your mind, it doesn't matter. You can't use the tools correctly. So you need to work with your mindset. This is where it's all key. And this is what I advise. Once you get through the core beliefs part of it and you start identifying them, you're able to make better decisions. Can you give us books, JC? I can give you a bunch of books that I recommend, like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, How Successful People Think from John Maxwell. I'll do a scope on books one time. If you guys ain't following me, follow me. I'll show you guys exactly what I got. I'm 36 years old. Secret Entourage's book is key, bro. You got to get it. The third circle theory is awesome. Yes, screenshot that. If you do that again for me, if you could. Third circle theory is beast. They're legit. Anything to do with Secret Entourage is legit. Sean Thomas was co-signed to it. He's been with them. He actually did an interview with them, and they're going to be dropping that interview soon. I think they're going through the production process. But guys, check it out. Here, I'm going to give you the keys right now. Napoleon Hill gives these keys out, and this is what it's about. Your first thing you need to do, once you got yourself set and once you know where you want to go and you're kind of financially stable, the first thing you need to do is figure out what your passion is. And the best way I can tell you to figure out what your passion is to think of the world with no money. If you didn't need money to live whatsoever, what would you be doing for your occupation? What would you love to do if money didn't exist? That's probably going to be your passion. 9 out of 10 times I would say that's your passion. That's what you need to work for. So once you find your passion, I call it a burning desire, and I obsess over it. Find your burning desire and obsess over this. I mean, seriously, like every day, 24 hours a day, this is all you think about. You obsess over it. You knock all those people out of your way that are distracting you to go out. You knock all these people out of your way that are telling you that you can't do this. You knock all these family and friends, I don't care who they are, get them out of your life and away from you if they're bringing any type of negativity towards you. You obsess over this. This is about you. These people don't pay your bills. They're not going to take care of you. They're not going to do any of this. Just because they think you can't do something, it's because they gave up on themselves. They think you can't do it because they can't do it. They don't have the mindset. They don't have themselves ready for war to go do this. Anybody can be as successful as they want to be. And everybody's idea of success is different. Somebody's idea of success could be having a great relationship with another partner and living their life happy. Another person's idea of success could be starting a small business and keeping that business going as a legend. Another person's success could be, I want to be a multi-millionaire. Another person's idea of success is, I want to help people and go out and start nonprofits and give as much people, as much information as possible. Everyone's idea of success is different. It doesn't matter, what's going on. It's all about you. You need to, I know it sounds selfish, but it's not. You need to fix yourself. You need to run at 100%, or you can't help nobody else anyway. You can't go nowhere if you're not running at 100%. Get yourself running at 100%. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you're doing. It's most important to get yourself running at 100%. You find this obsession. You find this burning desire, this obsession. You write out a definite plan. This could be your business plan, executive summary, and your mission statement. That's your definite plan. You need to write these up. So get your obsession, your burning desire. You come up with this definite plan. You learn to ignore the naysayers. You break some of these rules. You go out there, and once you get going, you got to be able to put that resilience on. You need to be able to be ready for people to shut you down, haters to come out of everywhere, and you just smile and wipe it off. Get that dirt off your shoulder. Knock it off. Get it out of the way. Then you need to learn what persistence is. I mean, real persistence. Burning persistence all day long. Because if you don't have the persistence, you're never going to make it. You could have all the tools in the world, but if you aren't applying that persistence and being persistent every day, you're not going to be able to come through this. This is totally 100%. You need to give all your energy to it. You need to have tunnel vision with this. And what you need to do too, and this helps a lot. I do this. A lot of people have like a, your daily planner. which I'm starting to use now. But before I knew about a planner, I was seriously every night, like tonight, I'll write down tomorrow's daily mission statement. This is my mission statement for tomorrow. This is what I'm going to execute tomorrow. This is what I'm going to get done, because this holds you accountable for your day. At the end of the day, you can look at that statement and be like, wow, I got all of this done, man. Good for me. What's my next one for tomorrow? Or you can look at it and be like, oh my God, man, like I slacked off today. I didn't get this stuff done. I need to move this on tomorrow's mission statement. Taste Twist, what's up? I just seen you. You know, I'm going to move this over to my other one. You know, I'm going to move, you know, this mission statement till tomorrow because I slacked off today. It's so important to write these mission statements. You know, create a vision, you know, and in that statement, read it out loud to yourself 2 or 3 times a day. Write out your goals and read them out loud 2 or 3 times a day. Get a vision board and stick pictures of whatever your vision is. Do you have a vision of having a beautiful home? Do you have a vision of driving an exotic car? Do you have a vision of having a beautiful family? Do you have a vision of sitting on the beach? Do you have a vision of being a boss of a CEO of a Fortune 500 company? What is the vision? Get pictures of those. You want an awesome family? You want to have a loving, just amazing family? Get a picture of a awesome looking family. It doesn't have to be yours. Find a picture of a family on a beach just having so much fun and stick it on your vision board and look at that vision board every day. Burn it in your mind. Your mind is so powerful. You have no idea how powerful your mind is. And if these things are running through your mind all day, this is the results you're going to get. And I'll give you like a just got cracked. All right, cool. So check this out. I'll give you guys a small example of how this works. This is how seriously this is. This is how it works. The things that are in your mind are what you're going to attract. The things that you think about, you're literally going to bring them to life. Now, say you're sitting on the couch and you're sitting yourself thinking, I'm thirsty. What's going to happen next, guys? If you're sitting on the couch and you're thirsty and you want water, what are you going to do? You're sitting here thinking in your mind, I'm thirsty. The seed is planted. Now you're going to figure out in your mind how I'm going to get over there and get that drink of water. I know it sounds stupid and simple because we subconsciously do this already. But this works for big things that are not subconsciously planted in our mind. So now I'm thirsty. I want this glass of water. I'm going to get up. I'm going to walk out there, get this glass. I'm going to put ice in there. I'm going to fill it with water, and I'm going to drink it. I just completed a goal in my mind before I even did the goal. You need to be able to visualize and feel out things in your mind before you even execute them. If you have a dream of running a construction company that's going to be successful, you need to be able to visually see yourself being successful already. Own it in your mind and be confident that it's there, and you will obtain it. If you have like my goal, I'm going to be a multimillionaire. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how many people think I'm crazy. I don't care what's going on in the world. I physically and mentally accept that this is going to happen. I feel that in the next 6 months, you guys are going to see it. And I'm going to bring it to you raw right here. You guys are going to see from where I'm at this point in my life to me being a multimillionaire. I'm going to bring it to you. I guarantee it. You're going to see it. Awesome, McFit. I appreciate that. You claim that, yes, definitely. You have to claim it. You have to feel it. You have to own it. You have to believe it with all your heart, with no doubt in your mind. That's what's going to drive you there. That's what's going to get you there. It is a matter of time. That's all it is a matter of time. You know, and this is where the definite plan comes in, because you got to calculate how you're going to do it. It's not just because I feel it doesn't mean it's going to happen. I need to write this shit out and figure out how I'm going to get there. I need to get this goal on paper. If you don't write nothing down, you're never going to do it, guys. Write it down 100,000 times a day. Write it down, or you're never going to do it. There's so many things that are involved. There's so many different complex things that come into play. You need to write it down. You need to have it on paper so you can reference back to it like, oh, this is what I need to be doing. You're going to go through your day and be like, today is just crazy, man. Like, what am I going to do with my life today? I cannot do this. And once that happens, you need to bring it back to the basics. Stop thinking of all the extra stuff. Like, do I have enough gas to get home? Is there food at home? I'm hungry. Where am I going to stop for food? Stop thinking about those things. Focus on one thing at a time and get it done. Get it out of the way and move to the next one. So when you're going through your day and things seem complex, think of the basics and go back to your summary. Go back to your mission statement. Go back to your business plan and look at it like, oh, that's what I need to get done today. I need to make 13 phone calls today, and I completed what I needed to do for the day. Then move on and think about what you're going to eat. Then move on and think about how much gas is in your car. Then think about, when's the babysitter going to be there? And all these extra things. Stay focused. Have the tunnel vision. And do not be relentless with it. Do not get sidetracked by nothing. Say something crazy. Coffee's for closers. As a matter of fact, I got some right here. Sean Thomas will tell you, coffee's for closers, baby. And I just want to share this with all you guys because I know it sounds stupid sometimes and it sounds so simple and we overlook it because it is so simple, but this is the truth. This is the God's honest truth, man. We gotta keep our mind focused. If you have discipline and a focused mind, you can achieve anything in life, guys. I do not care what it is. You can achieve it. It may take longer for some than others, whatever. But you need that. There's so many things that come into play. Your network. Who are you networking with? Check this out, guys. I'm going to give you something else to think about right now. You can hang around 4 idiots, and I guarantee you're going to be the 5th one. You hang around 4 people that are just all about playing video games and wasting their day away. What are you thinking about? You're thinking about playing video games and wasting your day away, knowing it or not. And I guarantee you'll be the 5th one sitting there doing it. Now, or you can hang around 4 successful people and listen to what their thoughts are for the day. What are these guys thinking about? They're thinking about killing goals. They're thinking about making money. They're thinking about providing for their family. They're thinking about building an empire. What do you think you're going to do if you're the 5th one hanging around them 4 people? You're going to be thinking about the same thing. You're going to want the same goals. So be careful who you hang around. It's good to have friends. Sean Thomas will tell you. We've got multiple different types of people as friends. If you want to hang around them, that's cool. But don't spend too much time with those people that don't have the same goals as you. So make sure you're hanging around the right people. The law of attraction. Exactly. Check this out. Hey, I want to see a thumbs up. How many people know who Napoleon Hill is and has read Think and Grow Rich? Give me a thumbs up if you've read Think and Grow Rich. I want to see a thumbs up. How many people have read Think and Grow Rich? Give me a thumbs up. We got a few people in here. All right, that's not good for 115 people, though. All right, check this out. Think and Grow Rich. There's a chapter in there. And in that chapter, he talks about a mastermind group. And what a mastermind group is, it's very simple. Check this out. Say you and you alone want to achieve $1,000. You got to figure out how to make $1,000. Now, do you think you can get $1,000 faster than 5 people trying to make that $1,000? No, 5 people working together to make $1,000 will come a lot faster than just you by yourself. So when you get 2 or more people together on the same goal, you'll achieve that goal faster. So this is what it's about. Okay, now you can pick you and your 4 buddies playing video games over there to make $1,000, or do you want to pick you and 4 people that know what's going on that are successful? You want to pick the successful people, of course. It's a given. So when you go and pick these successful people, who do you want to pick? I'll tell you who I pick and who I'm making my inner circle. This is what it's going to be. My inner circle is going to consist of a psychologist, an investment broker, a realtor, a lawyer, and an accountant. That's going to be my inner circle. How much damage do you think we're going to do together being around those types of people, all going after big goals together? We're going to be able to accomplish so much more than just 4 average people. So if I have a psychologist that can help us with all the mindset even more than I can, we have a lawyer that can take care of any legal paperwork that we need to do, we have an accountant that handles all our IRS stuff, we have an investment broker that shows us how to invest our money and make money, and then we also have a realtor where we can invest in realty, because realty, there's so much money in it. I'm going to have a killer team. This is what you need to do. Think about what I'm telling you. I mean, it's common sense. This is just going to be ridiculous. I want to share everything I can with you guys. I want there's 106 people I'm seeing right now. I'd like to see 106 people be successful. I'd like to see 106 people be the best version of themselves possible. I'd like to see 106, make that 107 people go out there and smash their day and achieve the success that they're looking for. This is what it's about, guys. This is what it's all about. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm telling you. I hope you guys like the information I'm bringing to you guys. I hope you guys really like this, because I enjoy bringing it to people. I enjoy sharing this because I want everyone to be successful. I want everyone to do what I'm out here doing. I want everyone to thrive in life. We are not here to be stressed out. We are not here to be depressed. We are not here to pay bills and die. We're not on this earth to pay bills and die. I don't care what you think or were taught. That is not what we're here to do, and I refuse to do it. By any means necessary, I am not going to live that life. I'm out here doing it. By any means necessary. So what do you guys think about this? You guys like what I'm delivering? Do you guys like what you're hearing? If you guys aren't following me and you guys like what you're hearing, please follow me. I'd love for you guys to follow me. I love talking to you guys. I love sharing what I have. And also too, guys, hey, look it. I got something else, man. You guys want me? Give me a thumbs up if you want me to blow your wig off right now. Give me a thumbs up if you want me to blow your wig off right now. I'm gonna blow your mind. Let me see a thumbs up if you want me to blow your wig off right now. I'm gonna take your wig clean off. All right, guys, you ready for this? I got something awesome for you guys. I want everyone, as soon as this scope is over, or while you're on it, if you can, go to your app store. If you got iPhone, go in your app store. If you got Android, I believe it's in your Google Play or whatever. Download an app. It's called Quad. Download an app. It's called Quad. Q-U-A-D. Quad. Q-U-A-D. It's a blue app and it's got a white letter Q on it. You won't miss it. Q-U-A-D. Download that app. When you get in there, search in the search engine for Limitless Mafia. Limitless Mafia. Limitless Mafia is something that Ambition and myself created. We have over 3,000 live and engaging entrepreneurs, all positivity, floating around in there, helping each other out. It's a live chat app, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have everybody from beginning startups to multimillionaires. Secret Entourage comes in there and talks to us. Mill Mentor comes in there and talks to us. We have Cody Sperber in there that talks to us. We have multimillionaires in there to mentor you 24/7. They stop in there and help us out. And we also have each other. There's over 3,000 of us in there right now chatting on Quad. Download the app. It's called Quad. Q-U-A-D. Holly, say that again. Put it in capital letters. I don't think they've seen it. It went too fast. Q-U-A-D, Quad. Download it. Get in Quad and come talk to us. Q-U-A-D, Quad. Search for Limitless Mafia. I will accept you and let you into Limitless Mafia. Once you get in there, this is a global, literally a global network of entrepreneurs from around the world. Venezuela, Switzerland, London, Italy, England, everywhere you can think of. Puerto Rico, Mexico. We have people from everywhere in this Quad. All likes, all types of different people everywhere. I've got people trying to get in right now. Everyone who's trying to get in, give me 1 second, because as soon as I'm off this scope, I'll let you in. Guys, if you're not following me, follow me now. Quad is the reason I'm starting my own business. Do it. Holly will tell you right there. We are taking over, Drew. This is what it's about. We're about supporting each other. There's nothing here. It costs absolutely $0. The only thing I want for you to do is participate with us. We'll share everything with you. Everything I just gave you tonight, I'll give you even more. I got you guys. This is what it's about, man. We help and support each other. We are going to take our lives to a new level. A new level. You guys have no idea. This has literally started about 2.5, 3 weeks ago with Quad, and we're way over 3,000 people deep in there, and this is only the beginning. Wait till you see us a year from now. All right, guys, I'm going to shut this scope down. I may come back on tonight. I may not. I'm not sure. If not, I'll be on in the morning. Come back and hang out with me in the morning. If not, if I don't come back tonight. I love you guys to death. No homo. I really care about you guys and love you guys. I thank you for coming here. I thank you for listening to me. I thank you for participating. I thank you for being you and wanting more out of your life. I thank you for that. The world needs more of us. We are the 1%ers. We are so rare. We can't be stopped. We won't be stopped. We are limitless. My name is JC Limitless. I run the Limitless Mafia. Find me on Instagram. Search for Limitless Mafia on Instagram. I got a great page there for you, full of motivation and inspiration. We can't be stopped. We won't be stopped, you guys. I love you guys to death. Follow me. I'll be back. I got plenty for you.